a first major league at-bat for one of the most highly touted prospects in all of baseball, Chipper Jones. Slowly toward third. Samuel can't get it out of his glove, and Chipper Jones on the first pitch he sees in the major leagues is hitting 1,000.
The minor league process kind of went as scripted, you know, kind of a year at each level. You know, coming into '94, I really felt like everything was laid out for me. You know, I was going to play shortstop and third base. Lo and behold, unfortunately, a good buddy of mine, Ronnie Gant, broke his leg in a motorcycle accident, I believe in January. And the Braves called me and asked me if I had ever played the outfield. And I was like, heck yeah, I mean, I had never played the outfield before in my life, you know, but I wanted to be given a chance, anything to be able to make the team coming out of spring training in '94. For all intents and purposes, I'm raking. You know, I'm hitting probably 380. I got 4 or 5 bombs in spring training. I think I'm leading the team in RBIs. And then that dreadful night.
Playing the Yankees in Fort Lauderdale, a night game.
If I remember it correctly, it was going down first base in spring training.
He hit a ground ball. I think it was just short.
Second at bat, hit a ground ball to shortstop, and I'm running with my head down, and shortstop throws it up the line.
The Yankees had a catcher playing first base. The throw was up the line.
Instinctually, I plant my left foot to jump to the outside.
He tried to avoid the tag, and he went down.
He got him. Uh-oh. He tried to get away from a tag by the first baseman, and he popped his knee.
It sounded like the whole stadium could hear it. I mean, it was the loudest pop.
When he went down, everybody on the bench, my heart just about popped out of my chest.
And you watch the situation, you just pray that it's not a ligament thing.
Get back to the clubhouse, and all the doctors come in and they're checking it out, and something was really torn in there. It ended up being my anterior cruciate ligament, and so at that point I'm still in athlete mode. I'm thinking to myself, okay, what we got? 6 weeks, 8 weeks, couple months, you know, whatever. And they go, no, you're gonna miss the whole year. And at that point I broke down because, you know, I had worked my whole life to get to this point. I'm representing myself very well, feel like I got the team made, and now the game has been taken away from me, and it was crushing.
That's a big blow when all of a sudden, you know, you're playing 1 second and the next second you're out for a year. That's a tough pill to swallow.
You know, you don't want to ever see that kind of injury, and knocked him out for the year. And you never know what's going to happen with a young player when he hasn't really had much to draw from. His career was just trying to get started. #1 pick and all the expectations.
You know, there was so much anticipation, and for that to happen in such a non-contact type of way, just trying to avoid a tag or step on the bag funny, for that to happen was heartbreaking for Braves fans everywhere, and for us because there was so much anticipation.
That was a big thing, you know, in the back of a dad's mind. You think everything he's worked for, this may be over. Will he ever be the same player?
I ran in to see how he was doing, and he's laying on the table and he's bawling his eyes out. And I said, listen, I said, you're young, you're gonna get through this thing. It's gonna take you hard work, but you're gonna get through this thing. And he sat and he looked at me, he goes, all right, give me a minute. You know, he started his rehab from there.
When he came out of surgery, Dr. Royster and Dr. Chandler said that everything was fine. He was going to be as good as new. He was at the beginning of a career that he had wanted since he was very, very small. You know, when they told him he was going to be as good a player or better than he was before, he said, okay. And, you know, if they wanted him to do 2 hours of rehab, he did 3.
He was a competitor. #1, he wanted to get back, and he wanted to play, and he knew that it was a good ball club, so he wanted to be a part of that. And anybody that has a chance to be a contributing factor to a team like that, you're going to work hard to get ready to come in and do what you have to do to help out.
He did the rehab and all the good things and came back strong as ever.
He did all the things he had to do, and he never missed a beat after that, which is pretty impressive for a young player.
So in the middle of the order up for the Stros. And Hunter Pence, fair ball. Chipper hops, fires, got it, what a play. Uh-oh, Chipper's down.
I saw him make the play and throw the ball across the infield and never even looked back at him, and my wife went, uh-oh.
He made a tremendous play at third base, going in over the line and backhanding the ball and threw the guy out at first base, but when he landed, it was just too much load.
I think what went through all of our minds was, oh no, not again. We knew what it was. He wasn't getting up. Somehow he was able to walk off, but we knew it wasn't a good thing.
So when he got back to the hotel that night, I asked him how he was doing, and he said, I tore it again. Same ACL. He said, I'm not going out like this. I'm going to rehab it. I'm going to get back, and I'm going to play. And he did.
The one thing that always struck me about Chipper was anytime he came back from being injured, he always came back and did something special. It didn't matter how long he'd been out. I remember him hitting a home run in San Francisco, his first at bat. And you just marvel at how he steps right back on the field, and he is Chipper Jones doing what he normally does. And we found that to be consistent every time he came back.
I just think that he is a tremendously motivated kid, and he refuses to be just mediocre. Whatever it takes to be able to beat you at something, he's going to do it.